Hey guys, Arm&Gun here. Going to talk to you about one of the coolest guns I think is out there. This is the Ruger and Tomet USW, which stands for the Universal Service Weapon. This is the USW A1. Oh, such a cool gun. They now actually, due to the popularity of this platform, they've released chassis systems. You can turn your Glock 17 or 19 into this type of platform with the stock and the optics bridge for the aim point nano or other optic of your choice. And they've done the same thing for the SIG 320 or the US M17 as they designated it. So very cool. All those are going to be chambered in 9mm, of course, but man, just very cool. Very cool. And I will throw my camera up in the tripod here, and then I will give you a bit of an overview on this gun, including how it came out of the box, the other accessories with it, how the stock and everything works, how the mechanism works with the stock. We'll talk about the light, we'll talk about the Aimpoint Nano, and these cool extended magazines that this thing comes with. So I'll also do a separate video for disassembly, and then I've also got another video out there that's a shooting video of this thing. So if you like the idea of just seeing this thing shot first person style, I will do that as well. So just check out all the links. I'll have, well, you can just search my videos on YouTube, and also check my Instagram out at arm.and.gun. Always do a selfless plug for that. I'll have a link to that in the description below as well. So I'm in Canada. This is in Canada. In Canada, this is considered to be a handgun, not a rifle, even though most of our things like this, as soon as they have a stock, they're usually considered a rifle, and we're restricted to only 5 rounds then is our limit for centerfire semi-automatic rifles. If you got a handgun though, it's limited to 10, so we get to at least increase our output a little bit. This would be the factory mag. That would be, this is your flush fit base plate. This is normally a 17 rounder. Again, this gun is based very closely off of the Sphinx pistol, which itself is very similar to some of the CZ pistols. And I'm not 100% sure, but this mag looks suspiciously similar to like a CZ 75 or 85 mag. And I'm told that they are Sphinx pistol mags, so I don't have a CZ75 on hand to confirm that mag fits, but if you go to Sphinx, those mags definitely fit. This is an Enforce Light. It's simply been rebranded by B&T, and if you pop your stock, this just pops right off, and you've got a little optics rail or flashlight rail. Or, man, I'm super pumped about this. There's a company in the States that's going to send me some of their stuff to try out. They made a little canted forward vertical grip, and they popped one on one of these things, and it looked so cool. So it's just great forward a little bit, and it's a little forward grip. Man, I'm 100% getting one of those and throwing it on here because just all kinds of cool. But I will toss this light back on here, and we'll keep rolling here. So this gun is available with a +2 extension for a total of 19, or a +13 extension, which is this guy, this kind of like blue color. And just an extension, but of course you need to use a longer spring in there, and I don't have the spring. I just got sent the extension, so I can't actually run this one yet. But still cool, and it looks cool, and it makes me really think that this gun would be super capable if it had a select fire function. So Ruger Tomet, if you're watching this, so these guys right here, please consider that. That would be so cool. So cool. So this gun, if you're in Canada, definitely check out Wolverine Supplies. That's where I got this one. And my buddy Tyson over there, sales manager, he knows his B&T stuff, and he will definitely hook you up if you're in Canada and looking for one of these. In the States, I'm not sure, it might be Dakota Tactical or someone else that carries them, but again, this is the round it carries, the 9mm, 9x19 Parabellum, just a little 115 grain. Set that off to the side. So again, let's just go over the ergonomics real quick. I would have covered this in my shooting video as well, but just real quickly here. We've got the slide release, which is right here. Actually, I'll take this magazine out. The coolest thing, okay, we'll start with, so slide release, this is what this lever does. This is a decocker, and it's evident, or it's positioned on both sides of the receiver. That's the ambi one. The magazine release is just this little guy right here, and it can be flipped over. You can see the cutout for it on this side, so it can be flipped over. Pretty simple. This little button here is just your disassembly. You pull it back to, you get these two little lines to line up, and then you pop your pin out. But I'll do a separate disassembly video just so it's nice and clean. So we've got this nice little Swiss logo there. This is Brugger and Tomit's logo right there. And the Aimpoint Nano. Oh, so this optics bridge. Okay, basically, so this thing just, the idea behind this is, you know, you pop your stock, you've got this thing, you know, nice and tucked in with your shoulder and whatnot. Obviously, you don't want a slide flying back, like, you know, cycling back and reciprocating towards your face, much less with an RMR on it. Like, it's hard enough having, you know, a pistol, you know, full out like this and having it bounce around, but if it's right close to your face, it's not going to be very pleasant. So they obviously immediately realized this, and they extended the frame of the handgun with this optics bridge, which now encloses everything, and it doesn't make disassembly any more challenging. This is actually still easier to take apart than a 1911, and it means that your optic isn't moving around, which means you're going to keep a stable sight picture. That's the only problem with, honestly. The Flux Defense pistol is really cool, and now they've gone to a bigger chassis system like this as well. But just the simple brace that pops out, and if you run an RMR, again, still very cool, but that was the complaint I heard, is that, you know, then you're tucked in, you've got this reciprocating slide and RMR by your face, and it's just harder. You kind of got to regain your sight picture every time. So that's something that's cool about this. This Aimpoint Nano, which is the model, was a joint effort between Aimpoint and Brugger and Tomit. And it's only available with the USW. It's the only way you can get it. And now they've since released the Acro. I'm not sure if the Acro was meant to replace this, but nonetheless, they both run on this CR1225 battery, which is hard to find, so I'd recommend grabbing a spare. Also for the reason that this optic doesn't have a manual turn-off. It is adjustable though. This is your minus button. So I'll see if I can pop the stock and get this a little closer and just show you the adjustability here. There's the dot. Okay, so we can dial her back so you can't see it anymore. Obviously, it doesn't very clear on my camera. It is much clearer in person. You got quite a bit of adjustability there, and the problem is it doesn't turn off on its own. There's no timeout or anything, so you have to actually squeeze both together, and then it turns off after a second. And I notoriously will forget about this, and I'm not sure. I had this optic go down on me, and because I obviously just forgot to turn it off after range day, and it stayed on for forever, and I went to use it again, and it was dead, so maybe I left it cranked, and that was my problem. But anyways, I'm going on a bit of a tangent there. But again, CR1225, not the CR1220. The 1220s are pretty common, and they don't work. So the 1225s that you want, you'll probably check out. If you're going to have one of these guns, get a spare battery, just in case. So anyways, with this slide being enclosed, they have to give you a way to rack the pistol, right? So charge around. So they made these aggressive slide serrations, and then this shelf. And honestly, it's one of the most distinctive features about the gun is this big shelf up here. It's just, you just grab onto it like so easily. It's just, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm honestly of the breed or whatever that enjoys racking my pistol or charging out from front slide serrations. If I'm using a Beretta, I'm grabbing those scalloped out notches at the front. If I have a 1911, I'm reaching for it and slipping down the slide unless it has serrations. So I just like grabbing my slide from up there. And so this is perfect for me. I just really gravitated towards this and I really enjoyed it. So that's cool. I think you are going to mark up your finish in your barrel a bit just from running the slide, running the gun. It is what it is. The thread pitch is like a European, like 13.5 left 10 metric something, or 13x1 metric. At any rate, you're going to need a specialized adapter or suppressor for that. And this little green blade is meant to be a backup iron sight. I'm not really sure how it works because even with my red dot, you know, on something, this is below the sight picture. So I'm not really sure how that was intended to work. I'm not sure if you have to pull off the Nano and then there's something integrated in here that works for it. And it was supposed to be some kind of indication strip so that you could still do shot placement without if the RMR went dead, which it did for me. So anyways, I had no luck with my dead RMR. I couldn't hit anything. I just had to replace the battery. Now there is another cool gadget that's made by the same company with the little grip thing that I was mentioning. They've got they're working on it. It's a forward, it's got like a little front side post, and it's also got a little side charger integrated into it too. Man, it's so cool. I can't wait to get some of the stuff from them. But anyways, we will, well, just lock the slide back. That's again your slide release, so like that. Now it's, it's cocked, so you've got your single action, or you can decock it. Again, you use ambi control, so the other side as well. That puts it back into double action, but then you'd have, one in the chamber. So that's your safety on this gun. Again, it being a duty style gun, double action is often enough. So the problem is your double action trigger is kind of rough. So you take up and then It's got a bit. That wasn't too bad, but that was cocked with a decock. Or if you don't have a decocked, mine is even clunkier. Click, click, break. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. It only breaks, each one only clicks once and you pull it out. I'm not sure if it's something going on with the trigger or if that's just the way it is for everybody. Feel free to comment below if you know, but that's just double action. Single action is a joy. You just pull it back to here, brakes with like minimal over travel, and it is nice. So semi-automatic guns, only the first shot isn't double action, then you're going, you're off to the races. So honestly, really cool. The sliding mechanism, okay, so the stock, we've got a nice big push button right there, a little lanyard loop here as well. Just push this button in. That's going to allow you to fold the stock. It's actuated by this little spring-loaded plunger right here. That's what pops the stock open a little bit, and then it catches in this little groove over here. It catches in there, and then that way you just, with your index finger, you just push it a little bit, that pops it up, and then you flick it out, and you shoulder it, and you're good to go. So the idea behind that was to give, service like police officers that only, primarily they had a pistol. They might have had a carbine in their vehicle or a shotgun or something, but pistol, they're driving to the scene, and there's a perp, whatever, causing whatever kind of disturbance, and such that the cop has to take a shot, but the perp is already running away. And, a 9mm with a handgun like this, like that's, good luck, Chuck. So past 25 yards, you're almost like negligent discharging your rifle, or your handgun, because you can't guarantee you're going to have a safe shot in an urban environment. Like that's not very good. But then, you know what? Flip this guy out, and now with a red dot, you got the security against your shoulder. You've actually got a hope of taking a shot out to, they say 90 yards, 90 meters, something like that. So it's supposed to be quite capable, and that's driven more so by the effect or the abilities of your round, your 9mm round. But that's what they claim. So I think it's really cool. I think this is a really unique entry into the market in the last few years, and honestly, I think it has a place. So I think you're seeing that being proven now by other companies like Flux coming out, them releasing more chassis for more pistols, and just making it more attainable, because this was pretty expensive, and they only sold it as a complete package with the 3 mags, the light, the optic, the stock. It actually came with a holster as well, which is this little guy, my little Marvel bag there, belt grip, whatever. But this class 3 retention holster too. It all came as one package, so that was the only way to buy it. So I mean, quite expensive. And this, by the way, is pretty cool. It's got a paddle right here for your thumb, and that pops open this optics cover that also retains the gun. So, as an officer, this way someone can't just come up and grab your gun. Like it's retained, but as soon as you need it, you just grab in, boom, and then somehow it's stuck. Why is it stuck? I'm probably not supposed to be it's supposed to be secured to my hip, but okay, I was doing something. Was still gripping it there. Let's just try that again. So it's in there. It's in there really good. Just boom, and then you're out. So that's pretty cool, and it's a nice little feature to get with it as well. I just think this gun is so freaking cool. I really enjoy this. And this movie, or this video, is now nearing 15 minutes, so I'm gonna have to do a short little 3-minute guide in this for the guys that are impatient and just want to see the gun. This is also the box that it came with. This is another 30-round mag extension. It comes with 3 different grip panels or back straps. So you got like a light, a medium, and a thick. So I think I got a medium on there right now. And that's just my base plates from my other magazines. So again, very cool. It also came with a nice little cleaning kit, which I must have taken out. I've had this gun for like 3 years now, and I have to say I really do enjoy it. It's just it's a joy, and it's so unique. And again, I think I'm going to do a video here pretty soon on the top 5 badass guns that you can own today, as a civilian, theoretically. At least I'm in Canada and I can still own them, which means basically anybody in the States is going to own them too, and probably a lot of other places. And this is a spoiler alert, this is one of them. So I just think it's such a cool weapon system with a lot of capabilities. I haven't seen a left-hand model yet for it, but I'm assuming that that's what they set this up for, because they've got this built into the slide as well, or the frame to accommodate this on the other side. So I'm assuming they'd make this for a left-handed user as well. Everything in the industry has gone gravitated towards ambi controls, so we love our left-handed shooters. And I guess also really quickly, this is very unique. This isn't like a polymer lower gun. This is a steel, like a heavy-duty steel slide. You've got a aluminum, like magnesium something alloy frame here, and then your pistol grip and trigger guard attached to that. So I've heard if you drop this and you crack the pistol grip or something like that, like, it's not a big deal. It's a couple screws inside, a couple Torx head screws. You just swap that out, so no big deal. Again, definitely a service friendly gun. All around, this thing is really cool. And I'm gonna cap this off there. One more quick deployment, and I'm gonna say peace out, guys. Check me out on Instagram at arm.and.gun. Lots more coming. Again, disassembly video. I'll do a 3-minute quick overview, like this gun in Gun 101 in 3 minutes, and then my shooting video as well. Wasn't super happy with the way the shooting video turned out on this one. I'll see, I might redo it, but check it out nonetheless. It's not long, it's short, and it just shows a couple rounds to the gun and the capabilities up front, which is kind of cool. Anyways, catch you later. Peace out, eh?